that will be seen. Right at the top is going to get crowned, nobody's going to ever see that. At the bottom, people can look up and see the bottom of the couch. So what we want to do is adjust the doors. We want 3mm gaps. This right there is a little more than 3mm. This right here, it needs to end up being 3mm. And this right here, there's going to be another cabinet here, so that needs to be end up 3mm. Which means that this reveal, the reveal is what you can see right there. Okay? It needs to be 1.5mm. You can run your finger, it's all about your finger feeling it. There's almost nothing there, a little bit there. And then you look at this crack right here, it's wide at the top, and then it gets narrow as you go down. So that means, since this, oh, and then you come over here, look at the one. You got tons of reveal over here. See that? It's almost full 3mm right there. And you got maybe 1.5 up here. So this door then needs to shift over that way. Do you agree? Okay, so then we open the door up, and we have it's a three-way adjuster. The very first screw, which is this one right here, that's the one that will move the door this way and this way. Okay, the first screw moves the door this way. The back screw, you can loosen it up, and then you can manually push the door in or pull the door out.
All right. You want to use this one?
Huh?
Use that one. Oh, I don't have enough light.
Okay.
That's the only problem.
This one right here is the one that moves the door left and right. And it will do it automatically as you put make sure you use a posi tip bit. You can tell it's posi tip because it's got an extra little line right in the middle of the Phillips. So it looks like a Phillips with an extra line between each groove. Push that in there hard. If you spin it to the right, and it tightens down, and it's going to move it that way. And if you go left, it's kind of loosening it coming this way, but it does it automatically. This one back here is more of a loosen screw. You loosen it, and then you grab the whole door, and the door slides in and out. That one is less necessary. It's rarely needed. The last adjuster is the one in the middle here, and that's only if you want the whole door to go up or down. It doesn't adjust far, but it's the same way as this back one in that you have to loosen it completely, and then that hinge will shift. But you got to do both, right? Because they're connected together. So you loosen that one, then loosen this one, and then if you want to go down, the door automatically drops. If you want to go up, grab right there and kind of hold the whole door up while you stick your thing in and do it. But let's close this and see what we got here. Okay, we're looking at the very bottom of the door, okay, which on an upper, we always make them upside down, so it'll be the top. You want 0 reveal, which means you want this flush. That's pretty flush right there.
This one needs to go up.
This one needs to go up, exactly. So we're gonna, if we go all the way up, it's gonna be maybe a little too high, but probably pretty close right there. So I get it right where I want it. Lock it down. Lift this hinge up a little bit. Lock it down. Close it. Okay, now it's not flush here, but it might not be from the height of the door. Right? It might be from how they're twisted. So let's go back to feeling, so you're constantly jumping back and forth. You want to look at all 3 of the reveals constantly to know which you should do next. So here it looks like you got about 0.5 millimeter, here about 0.5 millimeter. Okay, here we got, but we want 1.5. So we want to bring this whole door probably in a little bit. Here it looks like we have our 3 millimeter gap here, but here we might have 4 or 5. Over here, we have still a bunch. We want this top door to go that way. So I'm going to tighten this one. Let me get my arm in there and push a little harder. Tighten that one a little farther. Now that center, see how the center groove is starting to open up? It's starting to be a little more straight. I actually want to go a little bit farther on this one still. So just do a little bit at a time and recheck it. This outer reveal, look out here. This outer reveal, that's a 1.5 millimeter. You can just do it by eye, you'll generally get a sense. Basically, you want a crack in the middle that's twice as wide as your outer reveal. With me? So that's even better than maybe saying 1.5 and 3. Because if the doors happen to be a mil short, it's more important that you have the crack in the middle be even up and down, have 0 reveal on the top, and then the outer reveals be half of whatever that gap is. So that right now looks like it, although this is still a little too small. I'm going to bring this whole door in just a hair more. Also, because we have no style on a full access cabinet, I like that reveal to be a little bit smaller even still, right? Because if not, you got that black strip running down it. Here, they're going to see kind of the white cabinets, the edge banding of both. So now I'm going to turn it to the left because I want to pull this hinge in. And that's a little closer. This top one needs to go a little more probably. Now make sure you look at the top there. Make sure these doors are equal and they're not. And it looks like we went up well, oftentimes the door is kind of kinked. That's why these aren't tight, right? Like this door, the top is that way, or the bottom of this door is that way, and this is that way. But that doesn't, because you can look at it, they all look square. I think it's more when we raise the door, we raised it too high. But it's right at 0 reveal. So this one we realize is not really at 0 reveal. So should I drop that one or raise this one? Should probably raise this one, exactly. There's a point at which you can adjust forever. And so what you're trying to do is find a good stopping point. I mean, you don't want to spend forever doing adjustments. You kind of are just trying to split the difference on mistakes. Ideally, these doors come in, you know, the hinge plate is exactly where it needed to be, milled by the CNC, that hole's exactly set up right, everything just clicks, it snaps in there. When it doesn't do that, you just need to tinker it and get it as close as you can, split the differences all the way, right? See, that's what you're gonna, the first thing you want to judge on quality is run your fingers there, and then you're gonna look at that reveal, and you're gonna look at that reveal, then look at the outer reveals. As long as they look straight, you're good to go. All done, put your knobs on it, move it to your pallet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. You did a good